From Scottsdale, Arizona, this is Game 2 of MLS Next Cup Qualifiers. In Scottsdale, we have City SC Utah in blue and Classic FC in red. Ball kicked back on the left-hand side. Ball crossed over to the right. They have a runner, and it's going to go out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for City SC. Ball put into play quickly. Brought up by Josh. Josh boots it down the line. And chipped up by Blue. Henry gets the ball over to Sebastian. Sebastian controls the ball in midfield, plays it over to Wes. Wes over to Henry. Henry swings the ball over to the right-hand side. Down the line over to Jex. Jex putting on the afterburners, looking to cross the ball in. And it goes just wide right of the pole. It will be a corner kick for City SC. Looks like it'll be West taking the kick from the corner. Signal given, run up, right-footed kick, gonna go to the far post, headed down by red, and it will be blue who gets there first. That's Nash. Nash plays it on the left-hand side over to Sebastian. Sebastian in trouble, lays it off over to Nash. Nash swings the ball over to the far right-hand side. He connects with Eli. Eli plays it farther. His pass is intercepted. Eli is able to recover, though, and pass the ball back over to Zack. Zack on the top right corner of his box. Kicks the ball over to Wes. Wes with Nash. Nash just outside of the box. Chips the ball up, and it goes over the crossbar. A missed opportunity for City. Classic FC with a goal kick. They play it over to the right-hand side for them, bringing it out of their defensive third over to the left. Jason lets that ball roll, and it will be blue throw-in at the top of their defensive third. Jason throws the ball back over to Josh. Josh gets the ball back over to Jason. Jason challenging. His pass is intercepted. Ball played in the center. Henry emerging with the ball, plays it back over to Josh. Josh resets back over to Zack. Zack swings the ball out over the right-hand side over to Brock, who's at the top right corner of the box, moving past into the middle third. Ball dislodged, and he resets it back over to Zack. Zack takes a couple of touches, swings it over to the far left-hand side, chested down by Nash. Nash is able to keep it inbounds, bringing the ball up. He's got, cuts back, moves into the center, looking for different options, boots the ball over to the right-hand side, over the heads of the defender, and Jex will be there. Jex blocked. Henry cleared out by Classic, red. That is West who recovers the ball, puts it in the center. That pass is intercepted by red. Nash will be able to get there. Red picks up the slack. Nash challenges for the ball.
Carry.
And red across midfield on the right-hand side. West challenging. Red shielded out from the ball as West lets that roll out of bounds. The call is goal kick for City SC. Ball played from Zack over to Brock. Brock up the line over to Henry. Henry with a nice touch brings the ball in the center over to Wes. Wes plays it over the far left-hand side over to Jason. Jason boots the ball up. A little bit too much mustard on that one. It rolls out of bounds, and the call is red throw-in.
Hey, keep him here now. Right on it. Good, Henry. Yeah, just stay there. Go too much stuff.
Red throws the ball down the line, chested up, Nash on defense, ball turned into the center. Henry gets a toe on it, recovered by City. Nash back over to West on the right hand side. There's West up over to Henry. Red gets that ball. Ball bounces over West, chips it up over to the right. Jex gets a toe on it, or a head on it. And Red will emerge with the ball at midfield on the right-hand side. They're able to connect. It'll be Josh on defense here. Josh using his body, keeping that ball out. Red maintains possession. Red putting the ball in the center, fighting with Nash, and a foul called against Nash. It'll be Red, a free kick about 40 yards out, dead center of the pitch.
Go, Zack!
Henry trotting up, making his presence known. Red. Ref gives the whistle. Run up, right-footed kick, and it's going to go just over the right corner, and it'll be goal kick for City. Zack plays the ball short to Brock. Brock plays it over, tried to get it to Henry. Red is going to pick that up. A one touch there. Eli intended for Henry. Red emerging with the ball. Getting the ball over to the far left-hand side for Red. Gabe getting in on it, forcing Red to reset back to their center back in midfield. They play it over the right-hand side. Sebastian almost gets there, and Nash picks the ball up on the left-hand side, crossing midfield, entering the attacking third for City. Crosses the ball over in the center, looking for options, shoots, and it's going to go wide right. Red goal kick. They slot the ball over the left-hand side over Sebastian's head, and it's kicked out of bounds. It will be blue throw-in at the top of their attacking third. Jason.
Leave it. Let Jason take the goal.
Yes, Jason will be throwing the ball. Jason feigns the throw back, puts it over to Nash. Nash chips the ball up over, and a high kick there. Unclear what the call is. A call against Red. So this will be West kicking the ball from the left-hand side, about 40 yards out on the far left. An opportunity to cross the ball and create chaos in the box. West gives the signal, run up, right-footed kick directly in front of the keeper. Had some nice curve to it. Red yeets the ball out to over to the left-hand side. Jex challenging for the ball, and it is going to be Eli who gets there first. And Zack is able to get there, gets it over to Wes. Wes to Eli, back over to Wes. Wes circles back, up on the left-hand side, tries to connect with Gabe. Red intercepts the ball. Red now in the middle third. Red with possession, building out from the left-hand side, playing it up on the right. Nash on defense. Red slotting it down. Sebastian with the interception and tackled away. Red puts it into the center. West challenging. Sebastian challenging on the 50-50. Red keeping the ball inbounds, and a stop there by Nash. It'll be Red throw in at the top of their middle third. Red throws the ball down the line. Nash challenging Henry with the tackle. Henry challenging again. And Red emerging with the ball in midfield. They swing it over the left-hand side. Attacking shot and scooped up by Zack, who is waiting by the far right post for that kick. Zack drop kicks the ball high to the right-hand side. It drops right in front of Gabe. And Red is able to get a toe on it, brought down. Nash using his body, plays the ball left to Jason. Jason crossing midfield over to Sebastian on the left-hand side. Sebastian slows things down, looking to bring it over in the center, plays it over to Gabe. Gabe shoots, and diving save by the keeper. Nice shot from Gabe. I would consider that a shot on goal. Rolled out to the right-hand side for the keeper. Played down the right, challenged immediately by Jason. Jason and Nash sandwiching the player, getting physical, and a foul called against one of them. It will be Red free kick just past midfield on the right-hand side. Red telling the players to jam in together in the box. Right-footed kick. It is going into the box. It's headed up by Brock, brought down by Nash. Red getting there first. Jason to Nash. Nash in the center over to Henry, a little bit in front of him, and Red's going to get there first. And a heavy touch there by Red. Sebastian dislodges the ball. Red looking for options, swinging over the right-hand side, and it will be blue throwing Nash right at midfield, looking for different options, lays it off over to Jason to throw it in. Jason throws the ball down the line, gets it to Sebastian. Sebastian over to Gabe, dislodged, and it will be cleared out by the Red keeper, headed away by Nash. Ball brought down. Henry challenging. Nash emerging with the ball. Nash at midfield, approaching the attacking third, tries to slot it up over to Sebastian just outside of the box. Henry, no. And Red is able to get it out. Nash dislodges the ball. It will be Red throwing.
Chilling. You too. I'll be back.
Red throwing the ball down the line, high over the right-hand side, cleared out by Josh into the center, brought down by Red. Henry challenging for the ball. Nash gets the ball over to Wes. Wes up over to Henry, over to Nash, over to Gabe. Gabe swings it over the right-hand side, over to Jex. Jex, just outside of the box, falls down, recovers, puts it over to Henry. Henry shoots, deflected, and it'll be scooped up by the New Mexico keeper. Ball rolled out gently to the right-hand side for New Mexico. New Mexico bringing it out. Henry with a broken up pass, lays it off over to Brock. Brock over to Wes. Wes in the center. His pass is intercepted by Red. And a foul, no foul called on Sebastian. Red still with possession, and they have a runner on the left-hand side. It's Eli running over to the corner, kept inbounds by Red. Eli with the tackle, and their laces, it looks like, yes, their laces are all tangled up. That'll make the blooper reel. And ball dislodged by Wes. Red still with possession, dislodged by Henry. Nash coming out with the ball, playing it over the left-hand side over to Sebastian. Sebastian flicks it up into the center over to Gabe, and that ball is kicked out by Red. It will be blue throw-in. Jason throws the ball into the center, over to Nash. Nash trying to cut back, slows the ball down, cutting to his left-hand side. Now over to Jason. Jason putting the ball back in the center over to Nash. Nash at the top of the box, winds up, shoots, and it's well wide right. And it looks like City is making a couple of substitutes. Tate coming on, Lau coming on, Will coming on, Henry, Wes, and Gabe coming off. So it will be goal kick for Red. Red plays it on the right-hand side. Challenge there immediately by Will. Will wins the ball, gives it over to Nash. Nash cuts back to the left over to Will. Will back heel pass, and it's gonna roll out of bounds. It'll be blue throw-in. Ball thrown into Nash, loose and cleared out by Red. It will be Josh who gets there first, brought down by Lau. No, that was Sebas. Red with possession, tackled by Lau. And that ball goes through, kicked out of bounds by Brock. It'll be a Red throw-in just past midfield on the left-hand side. Ball yeeted down the left-hand side. Brock on defense, and that ball is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be goal kick for Utah. Zack plays the ball quickly over to Josh. Josh has time and space from the top left corner, gives it over to Jason. Jason keeps it in bounds. He passes the ball up in the center over to Will. Will to Nash, and cleared out by, sorry, some technical difficulty there. Cleared out by Josh. Over to Nash. Nash looking for Caleb. No. Slotted down the left-hand side over to Will, and it's a little bit too much for him.
Hey, David, take it.
It'll be Red throw-in from the 18 or 20-yard line or so. Ball thrown in short. Caleb on defense. Ball gets through for Red, working down the right line. Nash challenging. Ball dislodged by by Jason. Jason gives the ball over to the middle, over to Lau. Lau slots the ball over the right. His pass will be intercepted, intended for Jex, I believe. Red circling the ball over the left-hand side. Tate on defense. Ball hits the ref. It was Brock going for the crown jewels of the ref there. Brock chips the ball over to the right-hand side, hit up by Red. Will wins the header, getting the ball over to Caleb. Caleb. Nice footwork by Caleb, emerging over the right-hand side, and fouled. No foul called, advantage given to Lau. Lau with the ball, he plays it over the right-hand side over to Tate. Tate back over to Nash. Nash up in the middle to Will. Will challenge over to Tate. Tate shoots, and right into the arms of the keeper. What a shot on goal for Tate. Ball kicked up high. It's going to reach midfield, drops down, nice touch by Red.
Go, guy. Let's go up there, guy. Yes.
Ball passed over to the right-hand side. And a through ball over to the top right corner of the box. Red trying to contain the ball. Move it more into the center. Nash on defense. A little 1-2 there. Sliding. Lau is able to get that ball. Lau plays it over on the left-hand side. His pass intended for Will was intercepted. And that ball, as Jason is able to get there over to Caleb. Caleb back over to Lau. Lau plays it over to the far right-hand side over to Tate. Tate chips the ball up, trying to get it in between two players. Red gets there first. Caleb is able to pick up the trash. Caleb just outside the box on the left-hand side, cuts over to the middle, shoots, and it bobbled, cleared out. It'll be Nash on the left-hand side, bringing it over to the redder. Nash just outside the box, moving to the right, shoots again, just wide right.
We must have 40 shots on goal between this morning and tonight.
And that ball went well out of bounds, sending New Mexico practically all the way back to New Mexico to pick that ball up. You can see the keeper emerging from the parking lot. It'll be goal kick for Red.
working, boys. Keep working.
Red plays it lightly on the left-hand side for Red. Challenge brought up into the middle third. New Mexico, a heavy touch there. They're able to recover. It's Lau on defense. Tate, ball gets through on the left-hand side. Brock with a tackle. Red recovers. And a tackle from Brock, kicking it out of bounds. It'll be Red throw-in, about 18 yards out. Not sure what the call is. Call was overturned. It'll be Blue throwing the ball into Lau. That was Tate. Lau dispossessed, but Nash will recover. Resets it back over to Josh. Josh about 18, 17 yards out. Left-footed kick over to Sebastian. Sebastian swings it over to Lau. Lau challenge, and it'll be Red who emerges with the ball. Tate shielding, trying to turn. Tate turning into the center. Tate with time and space swings the ball over to Caleb. Caleb at midfield on the left-hand side. Feigns the pass and faked himself out. Ball in the center now. Red. Swung over to the right-hand side. They have a runner, but it's going to be a little bit too much, and it rolls. No, kept inbounds by Red. Jason dislodges that ball off of the back of the Red player. It'll be Blue throw-in. Jason throws the ball to Caleb. Caleb shielding the ball is able to make that turn. Caleb keeps it himself, bodied out, keeping it in bounds. Caleb, a little bit too fast for himself sometimes. Caleb challenging, sliding tackle, not there. Red, dislodged tackle won by Nash. Nash to Caleb. Caleb again, over to Nash. Nash still with possession, dislodged, and it will be Brock who chips that ball up high into the center, headed away by Red. Brought down by Sebastian. Sebastian to Nash. Nash puts the ball up into the center. Over to Will. Can he keep it inbounds? Yes. Will, just outside the box, bodied away, towed out by Red. And it will be Caleb who keeps the ball inbounds. Plays it back over to Josh, who's up into the attacking third, back over to Will. Will trying to beat his man on the left-hand side, looking to cross it. He gets it there. Brought down, no, just off the different page there, and it will be recovered by Jason. Jason plays the ball over the right-hand side over to Brock. Brock back over to Jason. Jason under pressure. Puts that ball over to Nash. Nash over to Josh, who's playing on the left-hand side now. Josh up into the attacking third. Will chips the ball over to the left-hand side over to Josh. Josh shoots, crosses the ball over. Brought down, and it is going to be Lau. Ball recovered by Tate. Tate to Jex, over to Tate. Too heavy. And it will be Red who clears that ball out. It is going to be recovered by Nash, who plays it in the center over to Jason. Jason now at the top of the circle at midfield, playing it over to the far right-hand side. Ball over by the corner flag, crossed over, chipped up by Sebastian, and into the arms of the keeper for Red. Utah putting pressure on, controlling the tempo. They're just having a hard time finding the back of the net. Ball kicked up, drop kick to the midfield line. Jason on defense. Jason, no foul called, and Jason is given the ball. Jason plays the ball in the center. Ball swung over to the right, or over to Lau in the midfield. Lau beats a man, looking for options, gives it to Nash. Nash cuts back, challenged by Red. Nash working more into the center, chips the ball up over the right-hand side, and it's scooped up by the keeper. Ball rolled out to the right-hand side for Red.
See him again, see him again. Up, up.
It is New Mexico with the ball at their 18-yard line, kicking it over to the far left-hand side. Tate now on defense, challenging for the ball. Red emerges with the ball at midfield at the line. Sebastian slows things down, putting pressure on. Ball played over to the farther left in front of the bench. A 1-2 pass there is maintaining. Red maintains possession at midfield. Red's turn to show what they have. And ball gets through Lau. And Red at the top of the box on the left-hand side, looking to cross that ball over. Challenged by Sebastian. Red shoots on the ground and it goes wide left.
Keep working, boys. Let's go.
Zack plays it to Brock. Brock, top right corner, kicks it over to Tate. Tate plays it in the center over to Sebastian. Sebastian with the ball in the circle, plays it over to the left-hand side over to Jason. Jason plays it farther left up over to Will, dispossessed. Red at midfield, playing it to the left-hand side. Brock is able to dislodge that ball out. Will be brought down. Can Jex keep it in bounds? He does. And he's turning on the afterburners. And it is cleared out by the red keeper. Brock gets a head on it. Lau is using his body at midfield, bringing it up the center. Ball dislodged, recovered by Red. Blue starting to tire.
Hey, you need to stay here.
Red at the top of their circle, playing the ball over on the right-hand side. Caleb now on defense. Ball played wider right for Red. Jason trying to dislodge the ball, and he's able to get it off of his thigh. It'll be Red throw in at the top of their attacking third. Red throws the ball into the center, brought down by Lau. Lau switches the field over to the right-hand side. It's kicked up by Red. Sebastian there to win the tackle. He's able to dislodge it, plays it over to the left-hand side over to Caleb. Caleb, a few yards out, moves it over to the center, shoots, and bobbled by the keeper, but he's able to stop it from going through. Drop kick, left-footed by the red keeper, headed down by City, recovered by Nash, headed up by Lau. Red is going to get there. Nice control by New Mexico. Red bringing the ball up into the attacking third, challenged by Nash, and it is called Red throw-in. Ball thrown in quickly. Josh challenging. Trying to cross over, playing over to the right-hand side, reset back. That ball is going to be kept in bounds by Red. They chip it over into the center, and it'll be scooped up by Zack, who rolls it out immediately to Lau, who's got a man coming on his left-hand side. Lau plays it over to the right, over to Sebastian. Sebastian crossing midfield. Plays the far ball over to Jex. Jex pushed out, no foul called. Red is going to be able to clear that ball out. Sliding tackle and a foul called against Blue. Red's keeper will take the kick. Ball kicked up high to the left-hand side. Recovered by Blue. Over to Lau. Lau switches the field over to the left-hand side. Nice touch there by Caleb. Inside the box, looking to go left. Cuts back, and the call is corner kick in favor of City. We want everybody to know that Mr. Rhodes here will be pacing the sidelines until City scores a goal.
Now's the time, City.
Ball played short. Doesn't work. No.
Never does.
And cleared out by Red, and that is the half. The score tied 0-0.